Okay, Jonny, I want to talk about security tokens. It's the latest big thing. We used to talk about initial coin offerings or ICOs.
Yeah, not the initial information commission officer though.
No, they wouldn't like that one. They're busy running around letting people off for data breaches at the moment. No, we're talking about people raising money instead of going to the stock market or instead of doing crowdfunding by issuing tokens. But there was a bit of a bonanza 2 or 3 years ago. We had this fraud that's been on the BBC podcast. But now people are talking about security tokens. What is a security token? Can you just explain that in one easy lesson?
Yeah, basically a security token is a digital asset that actually is backed by something more tangible than just a wish and a prayer or a promise to provide some sort of service. So think of it very, very simplistically. You could create a utility token, an initial coin offering, if you were someone like an airline and you had a reward scheme and you said, because you've used this scheme, we're going to give you some tokens and therefore that encourages you to do more with us. Whereas if you actually wanted to raise money to build an airline, so you're going to take your capital to go and buy aeroplanes, then that's backed by an asset and that's a security token. And that's subject to all the rules and regulations and, volumes this thick of all what you can and cannot do in order to protect the public and maintain confidence in the financial system. So one is unregulated, the other one is completely regulated.
But people were talking about tethering these things. In fact, I even think there was a big company called Tether that got into litigation, tethering it to the dollar. So when the dollar goes up, the price of the coin goes up, and when it falls, to stop the big swings in the value. But I just don't understand how those work, because surely you've got to start manipulating the price in order to get the flat line. That's what worries me.
Well, no, basically what you're saying is I'll give you one Tether token for every $1, and if this will go up, if this goes up. So they're completely backed one for one. And interestingly, it was about a year ago, Tether ran into all sorts of problems, and they actually, instead of only having one token for every $1, they potentially had less dollars than tokens.
I've been there before. I was in a fraud case years ago. Ostriches. People were selling ostriches. It's the same thing. They were selling ostrich eggs, and you had one ostrich egg. It was worth 10,000 quid. And it turned out they only had 500 ostrich eggs, and they had 10,000 people owned them. It's the same. If we start tethering coins to the dollars, we might as well just have dollars. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Well, interestingly though, a year on, Tether have gone from 3.5 billion to 6.4 billion in terms of its value at the moment. So it's an incredible rise that we've seen in stable coins, and there's nearly 800 million of Tether coins sitting in cryptocurrency exchanges at the moment. And they're arguing that that's potentially waiting for an opportunity when the markets start moving higher. They'll be able to quickly move from stable coins back into some of the other tokens and coins